behave while they are not available.
Of course, Maester.
Get your best to.
I do not wish to worry my family while they're. She's like continuing to slowly close the door.
Well, Aaron sort of begins to leave a sort of a long, hurt moan as he hears the voice, and Tickle has to rush to.
So like
down.
the final thing that Dessem, sorry, cousin and Laenys will see this like the small like forming of like this malevolent like grin as she closes the door.
Waving slowly.
Is Strangler really gonna sit on your bed?
Yes.
Hope you get better, dear family. Click.
Dun, 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 dun,
Oh,
dun,
this is
dun,
gonna be a
dun.
party.
Ba-da-bum-bum, ba-da-bum-bum.
We're all gonna die.
Yes, like next night, like Dessem wakes up. He thought he heard a snapping, cracking sound. Like,
He was
and then
worried
he
it was
sees
his
like
neck.
a small shadow sneak out.
He's still like fucking
Next
fears that
morning,
he's on
like
like
the
the
one
way.
is dead.
And Laenys's head is just, pointing the wrong way. It's like, oh, well,
Yeah, the guards who were at this trip will take an extended leave.
yes, they are.
They are allowed.
They're not cool with this.
Yeah.
They are allowed. They
So
will.
oof.
They
Double
will
pay for
get
them.
promotions. All get promotions for incredible, valued service, especially those halberdiers, because good lord,
Yeah.
I mean, they're veterans. Have worked at this
Yeah.
place their whole
That
lives.
in the course of the one archer who survived, like, or two, I think.
he gets
He becomes trained. The
Yeah,
one
2
guy out of 100 that is trained now.
he has stories to tell.
About the other newbies that are replenishing into it, like, so we got the good job.
And he's like, you don't
have to
know.
protect
I
the
can't, I'm
castle.
so bored. I can't wait to go fight in this fucking Dorn shit. And that veteran, no.
He's like, you
No.
don't even.
You don't even joke about that.
I've signed up with the garrison instead.
Yes.
At least I heard what they talked about. The
At
garrison.
least half of
That's
the
the real
fighters,
reason why the garrison lose their discipline when they leave. They don't want to.
Yeah, they like the defense they get from the walls.
I fight best when I don't have to.
All right, so bed and no one to really tell my character what to do because they're all wounded in fucking lane. This is fucking vacation. Free wins.
Best
I'm not-
weeks of my life.
I'm not
Yeah,
doing it.
and
You can go
you don't-
train if you want.
No, you don't order my character around. I outrank you. I ain't doing fucking shit.
You misunderstand me. I said we can go train if you want.
yeah. Breed, no.
Anytime.
Like I said, like everyone who could possibly order her around
Harry the
is.
Maester has missed you.
Agatha could, but she has her hands full.
Yes, like obviously she cares so much more about her like on death's door husband. So
And also just about keeping things going.
yes.
Well, you know
yes.
what? Nima has missed Harry, at least the Maester.
You know, it looks like it's up to Bree to run the
Run
house.
Yep.
Also, because I'm at -2 dice, Bree, you're stewarding.
What does that even mean?
That she has to take care of the economy. However, you know, as a now married to a household knight of the house, Lady Nalia will offer to
Oh yes,
keep the
please.
books while
Thank you.
she has a little bit of she's not very good at it, but
Right. Bree,
but she probably is better at, like,
basically, like Bree looks like, you really want me to do it? Like looks over at Lady Nalia and like back like, what? Are you really sure?
Let Lady Nalia do it.
whatever all you do.
I'll take you to the room where the books are kept. Then.
Why are we going into the dungeon?
I know, like,
We'll see.
Bree had like a brief flash of the thought of like having to do work, and then like Lady Dahlia volunteers. He's like, yes,
Get a few Bree points.
yes.
The guards talk about. It is determined by how little harassment you receive whenever she arrives. Especially now that she thinks, well, she can just. I mean, it's not like they're gonna run into the Maester's room and be like, "Is she really allowed to do that?"
Yes. This
that's not really
this is
their-
a matter of fact.
up to
It
us.
actually ended up being like her having is effectively the worst day. Like all the garrison who like survived and were spared the trip to Dorne get to encounter the full wrath of Queen Bree because they can't run to Lord Aeron, they can't run to Dessem Caladan, they can't run to Laenys. Their cousin's also in bed. Agatha's busy.
The gods who were in Dorne have no sympathy at all.
Yeah.
So,
Scarily, you are the highest ranking member of the Able household.
Which means that they get the full wrath of this. I've been away from 2 moons and I have killed so many people. Do not even like.
maybe in a few years, Rosette could begin doing this sort of thing, but she's very new coming here,
Yes.
and it's just getting used to the cold.
Oh, yes. This is.
You can be up at midday. It's crazy.
This is. These are. Bree. It is because she's so insensitive to people. I mean, you'll get better. Like Maester Cole has like 97,000 leeches, or like leeches in all flavors. So her
All
family will get
flavors.
better. And
Strawberry.
yes,
Licorice.
and so she's not worried about them recovering. They lived, which means glory to House Caladan. Someone's got to keep the ship afloat, though. And
I mean, last time she brought in 1,200 gold dragons. It might
That's
happen
right.
again. Dessem thinks to himself.
that's right. Like the last time she came back from Dorne, I mean, she might have something else that I didn't notice because of the whole Warlands thing.
And then you hear, "My lord, the stable's on fire!" And he's like, "Oh,
You brought one
With
of
gold, somehow.
oh, well, gold fire."
So, yeah, Maester Cole literally does not have time in his day to take care of everyone. But
He's so happy.
he's doing what he can do.
He's so
Right.
happy.
Yes.
Lots of
Yeah.
leeches and samples.
Like,
I'll
yeah.
probably make it.
Yeah, like he has to devote 4 hours per day, and there's literally like he has to sleep too.
He will
Just-
probably mostly focus on Dessem and Laenys, who are both like
On
dying.
death's door.
Or
Yeah,
you know,
with
like,
festering wounds.
Alaric's got this.
and then like Rosette, of course, can like if she unless like Maester Cole's like, no one get in the room.
No, he doesn't he doesn't need amateurs.
That's right. I didn't figure.
He's doing what he does, and he's good at it.
It is, I think, Luck of Duck in the chat points out that Bree probably is the highest ranking when it comes to kills in the entire garrison at this point.
Probably.
Excuse me?
I took down 4 people this session. I believe it was 4, yes, and hung around on like people, and I of course took the dog down as well in session 3. So I'm at 5, yes.
These green young boys, Bree sneers at them.
It's like the veteran garrison's like, no, seriously, don't even like. Fuck.
I didn't.
We saw her fight. Jeez,
I haven't
even.
I haven't counted my kills, but I did have a lot.
Only a child would do that. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So fuck
Yes.
you.
I killed them all.
All right, get the fuck out of my house.
No, I'm not saying it to you. I'm saying it to the like. She obviously does a lot of kills. Like, I don't feel appreciated.
Alright, yeah.
Harry, you're my only friend.
No, it's okay.
Maester Harry.
Cat.
Yeah, that's Maester Harry.
Who charged into combat to help your character fight the fucking halberd motherfucker? It wasn't
Yeah,
Harry.
I know, but I just don't feel. I don't feel.
Harry didn't go to Dorne.
Right. Harry
I
didn't go to
didn't-
Dorne.
Hung
with
out. He
you.
was leaving the tree.
I like the fact that
Who does he think he is?
Harry is that psycho cat you have to catch, but when he's with me, he's really he's really sweet.
Just doesn't like to be hugged.
No, he doesn't. Just don't touch him.
Dark, however, why don't you roll us 2d3?
What happens?
Sure.
Money.
Oh,
There's money to be had.
Money! Great.
That's kind of shit. But you know,
Yeah.
you're too money.
It's the minimum of what we really.
I mean, no one's been here, so it's all gone downhill.
Yeah.
Caladan has earned 2.
so when you're not here, it just goes down to shit.
Maester's like, well, I didn't really know what to do with it.
Like,
We're
I
gone
have-
for 2 moons. Look, and Agatha has been like,
Yeah, we had Agatha.
yes, we did have Agatha.
She's still here, isn't she?
Yeah, she's still here.
Well,
She's
yeah.
not an accountant, really. I mean, she's.
No,
It's fine. At least it's still here, you know. The house.
Technically, if I have 1 week of milk at the poppy, I'll have no penalty.
Well, cheapest mercenaries it is, then.
doesn't have to like the total house still has 2 glory that they can also invest into wealth. Like, you don't have to...
We've already invested that into influence.
We
Right.
did into influence.
Right, I forgot. Well, thank God we have influence.
Yes.
That'll totally help us on the battlefield.
We have potentially one more wealth in the 200 gold rings we have.
Yeah,
It's
if we
just,
flood that in.
Because it is true, we have been away for 2 moons, which means that somebody has been doing stewardship. Hopefully.
Presumably it'd be Agatha then, since she's...
Let's see. It's not required that a House Fortunes roll be done every month. Like, what you can do instead is just take, like, the flat, like, +1 to a thing.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'm okay.
Doesn't textile give +2 wealth resource gain bonus?
That's true, it does. I'm just looking at that
No.
now.
+2 wealth translates into a +1 D3, which is why we rolled 2D3.
No, we got the boon, which was 2d3.
No,
I
that
believe,
is
wasn't it?
incorrect. The boon adds 1D3.
Because you have textile, you get another one.
Okay.
It's twice as good.
Yes. And improving wealth, if we just...
Yeah.
I don't know, like, if we didn't roll for House Fortunes, we could just get, like, a flat +1. You can't magnify that by the resource gain bonus for the textiles.
I think that's the best way to do it. No one's really... There was no one who was actually trying to do it. But yeah, it makes sense. You could just skip it altogether, but +1 is better than getting nothing.
So we throw that +1 into wealth as well.
I mean, that seems like what you folks want to do, so...
Yeah.
With like 3 wealth is what you need to recruit a green mercenary unit, right?
No, it's 2.
I think it's 2.
Okay.
It's 2.
Yeah, you can add to your Google Doc that you have +3 wealth from like a house fortune. And your home. It's just gonna assume you wanna take like a little bit of time before you actually go into.
We also, keep in mind, did not get the actual boon. We got a blessing, which is what adds the 1d3. Like, the boon would have added a 1d6, but it was a blessing that we rolled.
So, to abstract things a little bit, here.
I'm just reading quickly. The mercenary special about it costing. It says, thus if you field 2 green units, reduce your wealth by 2. So that makes it sound like if we use 2 wealth, we get 2 units of green mercenaries.
Other costs see respective injury. So rather than them costing, like, for training at all, I'm
Like,
confused.
but it's like the final line of special says, thus if you field 2 green units, reduce your wealth by...
I'd have to check the errata. I'd have to assume that's a typo.
So, yeah, that either means that we can field 2, or that's a typo and we can only field 1.
Doesn't say anything in the errata about it.
So it must mean that we can field 2 with 2 wealth.
Or they just might have fucked up on the errata.
Or what's God's ruling on this wording?
Can probably Google it, see if there is actually...
I don't know. There isn't a whole lot about this tabletop, I don't think.
I don't know, yeah.
From what I'm reading, is basically what the wealth cost for the training is actually the cost of the mercenaries, which is really confusing. So a trained unit would be 3 wealth, and so on. From what I'm reading out of that, at least.
See, there is something on the forums here? No.
It has like below there. There's a table called mercenary training levels, and it indeed has it has green as being
-1.
yeah.
Okay.
But the cheap mercenaries are cheaper than training units, but good mercenaries are more pricey, it seems.
Yeah. So
Like if you go to page 112, you see there's mercenary training level. Green is -1 wealth. Trained is -3. Veterans -6.
Ah, there's that entire table I completely fucking missed. And yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
so then we could get 3 green mercenaries or
One
trained
trained.
mercenary.
I think getting a trained one would be better than 3 greens.
Mm-hmm.
Like that 60 experience, you could like increase, say, like athletics, endurance, and fighting to 3 each, or like emphasize endurance or fighting, or like, you know, something other than, you know, than being made out of crud.
Yeah.
Okay. So, but that would cost all of our wealth that we
would
just
cost
got.
all our wealth. Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully, if we win this, though, we
Fight
get
with us, and you shall have this beautiful linen.
We have cold, hard gold at this point.
Yeah. It's been sold and traded.
Our gold is so hard right now.
Hey, maybe there'll be plunder.
Hardest gold in the Seven Kingdoms. Right here.
It's like minting some lead coins.
Yes.
Hey, Halldamir, since you're the one who's gonna, why don't you go ahead and invest the 60 experience points that the trained unit would get, improving each level of ability that starts default rank to costs 20 experience.
You can take a little bit of time to. I think we're not gonna progress the game too much further.
No. I
Stop.
need-
Also, because there's like probably a week or even 2 weeks worth of downtime for you guys to recover your wounds and such.
I would probably
The
suggest-
Maester will most likely succeed. He is very good at this. It's kind of his thing.
I would be shocked if he couldn't.
I mean, that just says how bad your injury is, right? If you can't.
Yeah, I mean,
Since
if
you're having complete best bed rest, in a week he might be able to even do it with multiple successes.
Can when you say multiple bed rest, can Dessem write a few letters?
You can. I'd say you can write letters. Yeah.
Yeah, the rule says no physical activity, so
In that case, Dessem is gonna write a few letters.
Yeah. And then a week of downtime, 10 days perhaps, to also find a mercenary company that has some experience and can be hired. We'll talk to Halldamir about that, like a name for them and stuff like that.
sure.
For a contract of, well, yeah. I don't think you actually hire them for a period of time. I think it's just like
We're here now.
I mean, like, I guess, like, so long as we'd have the wealth invested in them, or would they, like, permanently reduce that, or are they, like, in wealth
I
investment?
think
like a
it
power
says a
investment?
-2. I think they just take it. Like,
Yeah,
Okay.
just take your wealth.
In that case, my question, like, how long do we keep them?
But we keep them for as long as we want.
For as
We
long as
basically
need
buy their services.
Yeah.
So I guess,
I
like, we
don't know.
permanently lose that wealth to just have it invested in? Well, even though it's not invested, it's lost, so I can't make that argument, huh? I don't know.
well, you know, I'll figure that out during
Okay.
the weekend.
Thank God we
I'll
have
figure
God
that
here to solve these problems.
Because the power kind of resembles your general, like how much you could sort of afford to have people, mercenaries, sort of addition to that. But I'll check it. If nothing else, I'll probably make up something. Generally, it's some years that you would hire them for, which is generally enough to.
Right.
Things.
You have to figure there's there's not a whole lot of war going on right now, so
You know, we'll work for you until there's a war going on. We can get better money somewhere else.
That seems odd. Seems like an odd contract. I'm not sure.
I'm not sure we want to go in on this.
no, I don't know how I feel.
gonna
You're a
be with
warfare
you
chief.
until
Chief,
war
this is my
breaks
job for
out.
you.
That is the worst mercenary contract ever.
Yes. I feel as if I'm being hoodwinked here somehow.
Yeah, bamboozled.
So 10 days of downtime then. To probably be taken care of.
Okie doke.
Mercenaries begin to show up.
You're right.
Or you can do all sorts of things. 10 days is a long time.
Well, there's only so much you can do when you're on death's door. I mean, if I
We have a
lose
couple
one
of
of those,
people who aren't on death's door. You can always
No, if
ask other people to do things for you.
you know,
Yes.
if I have one wound and then will for the poppy, I can do stewardship again.
Woo! Strong him
Here,
up.
like leeches on your eyelids while doing.
Lady Nolly has got to learn sometime. Might as well put her in front of the chair.
I mean, I could start teaching her.
You could.
Yes. So, I mean, if you want some physical activity that needs to be done, I mean, do not fret, for your dear family relative, Briyenn Caladan, will assist you in your time of need, as you all have undoubtedly taken care of her in her various times of need.
Mm-hmm.
With leeches.
She cares about all of you, and she's glad that Maester Cole, in his infinite healing capacity, will oversee your speedy recoveries.
I know how to merit half penalties rounded down.
Yeah, you were saying that you wouldn't have any penalty. Is all.
I'm saying once I recover a wound.
Mm-hmm.
Because 1 divided by 2 is half, which is 0.
Does it really work that way? Surely that's a bit.
If you half 1, you get 0.5, which rounded down is 0.
Just
So once I get rid of my wound, I could do it.
Okay.
Or one of them. I mean, I'll be drugged up every day. So, because you will.
Bree might go on another big adventure.
Bree's big adventure.
Yes.
She's running the Lornman, isn't she?
You know, no one really questioned her whenever she came back, having brought back that horse for her dear cousin.
I wasn't aware that she did. I just assumed that Alaric had that horse.
I didn't buy the horse for Alaric. I bought the horse for Evren. And I explained right at the beginning of session 3, I explained what she, in that she left a note. Basically said, I left for several days and bought a horse for him. Not several, it was a couple before our trip to Dorne.
That had completely slipped my mind. I'm sure everything was perfectly fine in that
Yes. Yes, I am. That's what I'm saying. That's how that was your evidence there. Your one chance to note that I'm running the Lord. It's too late now.
Well, last time she returned, she brought a horse. It can't be that bad. Dessem thinks, closing his eyes, trying to sleep.
That's right. So many penalties. Right. More lines. My body. She did find, the hedge knight things, and, think she killed people and prevented them from getting in the wagon.
Mm-hmm.
She'll be okay.
I'll be fine.
Is this what leeching feels like? Well, I mean, you've had it before, because you mentioned it, your character's moods, but, so severely.
Mm-hmm.
When's the last time your character's been this injured? Was it in the fight with his brother, the villain?
Yeah. Yeah, it was in the fight with the villain. That also almost killed him.
I feel like I've been here before.
Oh, damn it. Why did I take a war lance to the chest? How am I still alive?
Remind me why I didn't try to trick those bastards on their lances or anything. I could have just thrown down my staff. Yeah, I'll throw down my weapon, whatever.
Wouldn't part an old man from his big human right?
Feel like I've heard that one before, too. Alright, yeah. Right.
Well, yeah, I guess that is mission accomplished in Dorne. It went basically as well as I expected it would. Yeah, I guess what comes next is...
If you had to travel down there again, would you instead take the long route of the Prince's Pass?
I don't know.
Being away for maybe half a year? rather than these 2 moons.
I think I would rather pay people to go in my stead.
I mean, I
Like,
simply hope once we put
Act like you're old and sickly and can't
once
think
we
straight
put-
until your family leaves.
once you put Ironwood into control down there, I am hoping they really clamp down on that bloody road.
yes, as they effectively clamp down on it, this session.
Mm-hmm. That is pathetic. Like they left their most important border patrol keep thing completely at the hands of bandits.
Now, I say with some admonishment while wagging my finger that we also do have a bandit problem, and they've attacked
Yes.
our visitors.
But good lord, Ironwood, you're supposed you guard the way. Oh.
They're not allowed to.
Fucking go out
Because
there.
people don't want to be greeted by guards.
But they're also not allowed to militarize it.
Yeah,
gonna slap
it was a great fortification, but then it got dismantled and built into like a bridge.
Well, you don't fill it with murderers and like robbers, do you? Is that what you hire?
Well, I mean, you know, criminals have a cost all of their own, Jonas.
Once again, we clean up their bloody lands.
Invited more often.
Yes.
You forgot a pen. You should come back again.
Each time we go back and forth, like 20 of the robbers die. Like, it's great.
Couldn't you have just fucking sent that with the damn raven? No.
No, it's just a very important pen, you see.
I mean, criminals add +1 to the base power cost and add +6 to the discipline modifier, so, I mean, just make units out of criminals.
Quantifying the units there, those guys might certainly have been, well, some very shitty ones, the actual Vulturemen, but archers,
Also, Jonas.
the guerrilla forces. Yeah.
Jonas, I believe we also now have a message that might need sending off to Lord Karen.
Yeah, there's going to be some letters sent back and forth.
Ravens go aflight.
Unless we can secretly open a letter without anyone.
Perhaps if you spent a destiny point, I'm sure you could unfurl the thing well enough and then, like, insert it back in secretly.
That would be very tempting. I only have one, though, and I need it to survive.
Would you do that then? No, okay.
And then I could think like Manaki, like, so, would you spend your final destiny point until the next story goal?
Oh, Laenys!
No, I just burnt one.
I have something for you to take a look at.
Ask Briyenn, she has 5 or something.
Bree, you're mischievous.
I don't know if I
and-
could
and you
justify
like
Laenys doing it right now.
And
It
you
doesn't
like
seem to be
poking-
something he cares about at all.
poking into
No,
things that
he cares about not dying.
But
Because he
maybe
got
it was
Halberd
just
to the
left
back.
somewhere because no one really paid attention to that damn letter because, you know, other things are more important. And then Bree snuck in. And
yeah, she's like, oh,
maybe she won't tell you what was in there.
maybe sure.
I'll have to think about that.
Lord Karen, we have them exactly where we want them.
I don't know whether she would care enough. I have to think about that.
The carrier of this letter is really the true heir to the throne.
And Bree's like,
Well, I hesitate to believe that the true heir of the throne just died like that pretty easily. So,
oh, that was Damon Blackfire.
He
Oh,
was not a primary character at all.
that's awkward. Well,
he doesn't seem important.
He's a tertiary character. He
Points
can't
out
be
pure
important.
id.
But perhaps I was destined to.
well, we all heard what Nima said. If you don't have a destiny point of your own, you're not important.
Remember that.
Remember that.
From the lips of Tina to God's ears.
Which now means all of our enemies are going to have like 50 destiny points.
50. Oh, they are indeed.
All destiny points anyone uses ever.
I don't think like Aegon the Conqueror himself had that.
No. He had dragons. That's better.
Did he have to invest destiny points into getting dragons?
Can we get a mercenary dragon? Is that like
Mercenary dragon. He shows up. Well, I signed a contract.
I mean, I have the hair and eyes. Just get me dragon eggs.
dragons
Green
love
dragon.
money? Right?
They do love money. And Laenys is fire resistant, so that's perfect.
Well, in this setting, dragons love slavery and death. So,
What?
See, I don't think fire resistance inherently saves you from dragon fire.
You don't think so? Oh.
Maybe it'll make me last a millisecond longer, but
I don't know. I've never tested it out. So
you'll get to feel it instead of just being vaporized.
Oh.
wow, this really hurts. I'm so glad.
This sucks, and then I died.
Suppose then I'd ask like I suppose Rosetta's gonna like spend her time around here around Lanny and get adjusted to her new home.
Yeah, get used to everything. Speak to the two other Reachlander, Braavosi Reachlander girls, and bond a little bit with them, trying to, even though they're not really her type of.
Right.
I mean, but this is what you're supposed to be in this place, and she will after the 10 days. She doesn't really care for that. But
she'll give it a try for 10 days.
like just because her husband is like being leeched constantly. And,
I mean, once one of the wounds, if you give him just one of the wounds, that's enough for Lance to be.
And Rosette would like to help, and Maester's like, no one touch the leeches.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh.
I
have
wouldn't want to
named-
bloody my lady's hands.
But
They have like small beds. He put them in separately.
like the smile like legit turns down into a frown. I don't want to bloody my lady. Oh, maybe I should. Yes, my lady, you should.
I think I
She has
better
the
go.
opinion
Yes,
that
I think you
makes
better
the
do.
Citadel sort of creepy.
Yeah. He's got like this sinister aura around him. Like,
You know, he does not think this is a bad way to spend his time.
No, as I said, he is
Having,
so
like,
happy
12
right now.
hours of work.
He is so happy.
And he certainly, I mean, it's like this slight humming to himself, and that's okay.
I think what might make him happy
no,
is
this
rare patient, for example, Lannis rarely comes in here.
this might sting a bit, Sir Alaric.
and everyone knows I can't really disturb you because I mean Lord Aaron gets troubled every time he hears the voice of his dead daughter, so
That's right. That's
I have
right.
to stay away.
I mean, equally, he dislikes my voice, so it's like, oh, it's not.
At least he thinks you're still alive.
Yeah, that is
We'll
true.
find out that that Lord Aaron actually talks sort of relatively quietly while he's being sort of worked with Maester Call about just all sorts of things, like the dinner they got, and, sort of thing. And there actually is a conversation that Maester Call seems to enjoy perfectly fine.
Yeah,
Perhaps
well,
that's why he never seems so talkative. He gets all his conversation done.
now everyone gets in on this conversation.
It is not interesting at all.
No,
You have learned something about Lord Aaron.
I guess we'll get to listen to Alaric's endless talk of conquests and stuff.
If he begins too much of that, he'll be told to please be quiet because he's upsetting the other.
Aww.
Can I be brought a book? Perhaps or two. Or not.
Absolutely not.
You must rest.
It is resting.
Drink.
That includes your eyes.
Drink.
Now close them so I can put the leeches on.
Breeze
That
doing
doesn't
car-
calling out pain.
Wounds are festering. This is terrible.
You peek out the window, Breeze doing cartwheels.
Yeah, I'm just pointing out that, like, okay, Sir Alaric, I mean, the Mace has probably had to treat Sir Alaric quite a few times. It
Yeah,
happens.
there's a lot of blood to like.
Not that often.
Not that
Like-
often.
Usually doesn't get wounded.
Is it like 50 liters or something in Alaric?
I don't know.
The point
He
is,
hasn't lost it all in one go, so.
the point is, I doubt the Maester has actually had to treat Dessem or Alanis that much because neither of us tend to get into situations warranting it.
So
Certainly
whereas-
nothing like this. Like
And
Halberd cuts.
And Sarah Cousin's an interesting experience. Like, I've never treated someone this big before. I wonder how this will
Interesting.
respond.
Ooh.
Tell me, does this hurt? Like,
Stabs.
yep.
Like Evren's like laying in bed, like maybe I shouldn't try to. I'm just gonna stay quiet over here.
I could become a painter.
and then Mystical looms over him. Everything all right? And he's like, oh yes,
Wait,
yes,
wait.
right.
I'll
wait.
be with you as soon as they look better. I'm feeling better on my own.
Jonas, you just hear. He said, maybe I'll be a painter. Your job.
And Mystical's like, no, you stay put.
I
Your
would
turn
do
will
that.
come. Your turn will come. Yes.
You're a growing young man. You've just overstretched yourself a bit, but don't worry. We'll get you patched right back up.
And, so much potential for him. Yes. And like it
He's
is.
very kind, very grandfatherly, which
It
just
is.
becomes creepy when you're operating on someone.
It is a puzzle of the flesh, I usually say.
Kindly gives you the thing that you can hold your mouth and bite down on.
Oh, thank you.
Scream.
Feeds me old people candy.
That's
Oh yeah, those. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
You have really got yourself wounded here, my lord.
Yeah. So what is, like, out of curiosity, what is his like assessment of the wounds? Like, is he like,
A terrible wound.
yeah?
Cut from some sort of sharp edge.
Yours was just impaled.
Yeah. I guess.
Is he? Yeah.
You got impaled. I got hit with a sharp edge and then got infection.
But
Yeah.
mostly his way of doing it is to take off the dirty bandage, obviously. Sort of improvised dirty bandage. And then he leeches the wound for like trying to really get more like the like pus and stuff out of it. Of the bad blood, as he says. And then it would be cleaning it and trying to sort of then he would take some burning metal basically
Ugh.
and burn it closed. Burn the edges of it before he then again washes it, puts some sort of polish in it.
What's that strange
supposed
tingling
to
feeling on my back?
kill things and then sewing it together. There's
like
not
the-
really a lot of anesthetic here, but
No.
The same with the burning metal. It's like, what's that tingling feeling?
oh no, it burns. It
Yes,
fucking burns.
it-
Like screaming.
It does, but
burns.
you know, it's like
All the while he's like,
Hush now.
now
So-
you must understand. Do not be afraid to purify a wound. A little pain can save your life.
so willpower test. Willpower test not to scream.
He's like,
Oh
Hugo,
no, like you scream.
Hugo, hold him down.
There's not really much to do except to do that.
Horse just puts his head on Laenys and he can't move at all.
Lord Aaron like nods knowingly from his bed.
Lord Aaron isn't there when that's being done, then he's in his Lord's
figure.
chambers instead.
He doesn't want to hear the sudden screaming.
Yeah. Yes,
Sleeping,
yes.
drug-fueled sleep.
Yes, Dessem, it is rather incredible by the seven that you managed to survive being impaled, but there's so much work to be done.
Bite down on this.
Okay.
Taking a scalpel, removing some of the dead flesh.
Ugh.
This incredibly like searing hot.
You will be scarred, but it won't be grisly, you know. It won't be that
Alright.
bad.
Another
It's on the
17 of
chest.
those, and you can look like my character.
You know, it's on my chest, which is the manliest way to get a scar.
Agatha will swoon.
Yes, she's like, oh, my hero.
Yes, she's totally swooning right now. That's why.
Say
she's-
small. He's
No, she's
swooning
probably
down the
frowning
kitchen, making
incredibly
bread,
deep.
and telling Lucas to get all the sorts of things too.
I also imagine that she comes in and fusses over at
Yeah.
least Dessem quite a bit.
Excuses to go and look, and
And if Maester Cole tries to shush her out, she will stare him down.
he will go look to Maester Aaron. Oh,
Something
Lord
like
Aaron.
Yeah. We surely will, whatever. I have
Wait,
so many
Mace-
other people to treat.
Wait, Maester Abram. That would mean his title would automatically pass on. Oh no.
Yeah, there's something you should know.
At that point, if that happens, we really will throw him
While you
off
were
the-
gone, he took an exam, and
He somehow managed to forge
what do
all.
you
Equal-
think I had
equal-
been taught teaching him all this time?
He
He managed to
qualified
forge
for the
15
special.
links.
Yeah,
Okay.
qualifies for the special exception of being allowed to like qualify for being a maester despite not being in the Citadel or whatever.
His specialty is drugs. Yeah.
He has 15 links of drug.
It is a mental understanding of cell psychology,
All right,
He's tripping balls.
existentialism.
I am looking forward to all of the things I can do. I didn't want to do much like for the downtime last session. I did do a little, but now this time.
All penned up.
That's right. Bree is Bree's home, and I know I'm devoting at least one day, if not two, to bed. And then after that,
I mean, reasonably, yeah, none of us are going to stop you.
You've killed people. Like,
yes,
think of the
Bree's
possibilities.
yes,
It felt good.
yes.
And you'll, of course, say that the engineers and the archers and whatnot should assemble and gather, which will fill the keep to the brink if they're all to stay here. What
Gonna be
that's
the busiest,
right
gonna be the
now.
busiest time in the Keep's history for a while.
Like there's like veteran garrison. At least like almost everyone won't know, but those men they'll know. Like, oh.
They have
Those men
seen
will get to
those.
stay.
They've seen
They're on extended.
those.
They're on extended leave, so they don't say anything.
I mean,
Yes.
they have seen those leathery hands reach out, and they know what happens next.
Like, at first they thought she got lucky with the dog, but then, and then like whenever we killed the horse and she pounced on the knight and punt kicked his head, but then it kept happening. Just
She's possessed.
People are so fragile when they don't expect you to kill them.
that's right. There was that armored guard with a halberd just like us, and she charged straight at him with her hands, and
With the sickening crunch.
I.
Nima's teachings have certainly...
Didn't know a head could bend like
They
that.
like look at the Braavosi like that's not what she intended, right?
Does she do that?
Awful
What
suffering.
does she do with the blade? Created a monster. Scarred little demon.
That's right. These Braavosi, I have to get out of here.
Transhexed her or something.
Transfixed. It's the hermaphrodite magic we've heard so much about.
Well, the Braavosi do all sorts of crazy things.
They do, yeah.
I mean, like we thought the trance were bad with their magic, but now.
We should totally marry Bree to Trant. She would fit well.
To Lord
She-
Trent.
She would reject.
Like, no.
Yeah, basically, like
You can't say
according,
no, and she's like, I can.
according to what Weaponsmith Galt tells me about marriage and how the Seven works, I have to consent.
And she reaches out her gnarly hand.
I've gone to Dorne. I have rights now.
One
right.
trip to Dorman. Oh, this is what we get.
Actually, I've made more than one trip to Dorne.
Oh, that's true. Yes.
Oh.
And I mean, like, if you treat me poorly, then, Laenys' wife, the future lady of House Caladan, right? She might take that the wrong way. You wouldn't want to upset the Wyvernwoods, would you?
She does seem to like Bree, though she's not as sort of impulsive. She has some of the same sort of attitude, too.
And Bree definitely feels the same way. Like, she definitely, like, Rosette jumped straight up to amiable in Bree's book. The initial bonding and then taking care of Bree when no one else would.
Doesn't even matter that she don't.
That's right. Doesn't even matter.
She's not a will lady.
That's right. Now she was Will, then Bree would salt. She'd do a lot of bad things. Thankfully, I don't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
Right. This was an eventful session. It definitely picked up with some combat intensity, though. So Jonas, how'd you think this session would go?
I mean, I'm so happy that I didn't die on that charge. I was very much expecting to get completely murdered.
I was like, well, fuck, he's gonna have to burn his destiny point.
Yep, that's what I thought as well. I got lucky, so that was nice.
Right.
Apart from that, not much I did this session. Basically, just sitting there looking.
You participated in the wedding ceremony and then whipped that individual who could have been anyone and doing anything in an intrigue.
Yeah.
And perhaps that might have meant more had he survived.
Yep.
Or maybe the content of the letter would reveal.
No, I'm not that letter.
Yeah, not at all.
Unless-
But then
unless-
again, if it's just gonna lay there, right?
Unless Maester
Not like
Cole
it
has
leaves
some
by itself.
amazing way of opening letters secretly.
Oh, it all
You can't do
depends.
that. That would ruin his.
You can probably remove the seal from there, but it's hard to make it again when you don't have the sealing thing.
Well, we know that it might be possible because House Trant may or may not have done something.
Yep. The
It's
necromancers and
something
stuff.
that it's certainly not unheard of that it's a thing that could happen.
Yes.
It's not like Mr. Cole really spent a lot of time doing that sort of thing.
I mean, like, if you literally ordered me to, but...
There was that one course, like, at the Citadel about how
Secret
to
letter
forge,
opening course.
how
It
to,
ca- it
how
kinda
to
like,
make your lord write anything you want. But that's not a very popular one because those people never get hired by anyone.
never really forged that chain.
They look at the CV and it's like, I don't know.
My,
look at
this
the other
is the
one.
chain for being able to.
This is the manipulation chain.
This
You're
is my
like,
forgery link.
I can make my words look like that of my lord's.
Oh, very useful, I assure you.
Just in case, the Lord is indisposed for reasons.
If he was to make a decision that would not be to the best of his house,
The secret conclave of maesters ruling everything in reality.
conspiracy.
I'll have to try and muster up the Lornmen somehow. Maybe whip them into some sort of fighting shape before next session.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully they'll go along with it.
I
How do you
don't
know
see
you
why
don't?
not.
I mean, now Jonas guessed it, so I mean, might as well just treat it like it's
You
true.
will protect the keep while we're gone.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
that sounds
Do
good.
that.
Yeah,
good.
it's like, we're taking the garrison with us.
I shall leave the postern gate open.
Mr. Cole, you are on guard. Can't do
Turns out
that.
that's actually the best thing. Like, the Lordmen show up, there's like a moat excavated full of leeches. Like, how the...
It's like a roiling carpet of
Gaze
leeches.
upon my creation.
It is glorious! I call it the blood moat.
Is this sorcery? No, you fool! This is science! There is no magic here.
And then there's
Potential
like a
growth.
screaming guard down there who just gets devoured by the leeches in like a slobbery mess. Oh
Bound
god.
to chair. They need sustenance.
So much blood. Hugo, you're next. And that will last them for a while. Yes.
You leave Hugo. No.
I'm having trouble having my drink here. I'm having trouble.
He's injured and then let him recover.
That's right. Halldamir exerted so much effort to save Hugo.
He's expensive, goddammit.
Uh-huh.
I named him and everything.
I mean, those people just wanted him to get away because then they could run, but,
You should just remove horse from the Hugo the Huge.
That's when you're laying in bed like, send for weaponsmith gold, starting horse, full plate. I know it's take the money.
Gold is over
Gold's like,
there.
I can't, I've never...
Steel blade in
Valyrian steel armor for the horse.
the room of.
It's going to take several moons. Do it. You have 2 weeks before I arrive again.
Set will certainly visit Laenys and be very excited for trying to contain it and ask if she can use this cool sword. Because her family doesn't have one.
Use the cool sword? I mean, it's kind of his to use.
Well, while he's sick.
No.
I mean,
That's gonna get like a coughing fit.
it's not tradition. There we go.
Mr. Cole leans over Dessem. No.
Put the stick back. He will bite your tongue.
It's like he's just trying to get up.
Trying to give an order, but Mr. Cole just faintly smiling over.
And she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna go out and stab something now." She skips down the corridor. You're like, no.
No.
Oh dear, I see where Bree gets this from.
He's not allowed to use the sword.
I'm gonna need to think about this. Actually.
You're thoroughly disappointed.
What's there to be
It's
said?
more the whole. It's more the whole idea. Like, it's more the whole going down the corridor like Bree. Like, nope.
You know what? It's perfectly alright if he wants to use the sword. If it's a
If he's
private set.
thinking, then she'll inform him that she'll put it back afterwards, and then she'll begin to leave.
You gotta go out like and chop wood with that sword. Dessem is gonna have a heart attack.
We built like a fucking siege engine because she shot down all the logs for quad.
I built a catapult.
That's the symbol of our house. You're letting it just walk down the corridor.
It's like, well, normally.
I'm in bed. I mean, the mace is not gonna let me follow her yet.
No, stop her!
That would basically kill you. If you were to step up on the stairs, my lord, you would die. It's not done at all.
I don't trust you when you have that smile, Mr. Cole.
The scary thing is that with 2 penalty dice, I think Maester Cole might be able to take it.
Unfortunately, at best case scenario, I have 1 dice and 1 reroll dice. Whee!
So you're gonna let the symbol of our house walk away, huh?
She's certainly going to be doing her solo training with the sword on top of the...
God. Oh my God.
Well, that's how they'll know. That's how everyone will know that it's serious. Like, oh my god.
The guards are like, is that a woman with a... Oh, okay, I'm actually not going to say anything.
Actually, in this house.
She's doing pretty well, honestly. So.
She's Dornish. Like...
She's not terrible, although she's not really trained with a sword.
You know, she has fighting skill, represents she can use any kind of martial.
It comes back, she's like, oh, I managed to... Oh, I accidentally like smacked it into the stone. It's kind of broke. I don't know.
That would not break a Valyrian steel sword.
Like someone would have switched it.
Bree? Did you switch and sell?
Well, how do you think I became leader of the Lornmen?
Exactly.
Wait, so you broke into Laenys' room, went into the locked box, stole the sword.
You
finally pieced it together.
Oh, Rosette certainly carries herself around the keep as its future.
Now, not only Dessem has an enemy, I do too.
And nobody's gonna tell her what to do or what's proper, because that's not what she hear.
Yeah, when it comes to Rosette, yeah, okay, yeah, while at least bedsick, yeah, yeah, sure.
She tried to be a reach letter girl for a few days, and that sucked. So, she'll fight with a cool sword and ride on horses.
Well, she might like to tend to you after everything that you did for her and everything. If she's not allowed in the room, so you go do her own thing.
I've never heard of such mumble, grumble.
Besides, you're equals. It's not like you can forbid her for doing things.
Mumble, grumble.
Dessem, you're really going to have to calm down.
Mumble.
Dessem, when I get out of this bed, I'm going to intrigue you to submit.
How are you now?
Well, you've already also
hisses out.
Give Dessem a large dose.
Hear Laenys be pretty terrified when Maester Cole stands over him with that like burning piece of like red hot iron or something. But that's probably also something everyone. I mean, no one's brave at that point.
I mean, +2 heat resist only works so much.
Yeah. So it's a bonding opportunity, some would say.
Considering how well like Bree was treated by the Maester of Winewood and Rosette, that's another reason why she it firmly dislikes Maester Cole. Like, his method of handling people sucks.
He's effective though. It works, but it is painful.
She is 11. She does not process this.
The difference is quite stark. While in Dorne they use a lot more sort of folk remedies and such, you use this water and whatnot. It generally works fine to clean and such.
I got my collarbone ripped apart by a snake. Look at me.
while in here, because Dorne has never really had access to the learning of the Citadel, for obvious reasons. But the Maesters themselves have developed their methods by working on cadavers and such in their dank dungeons down in the bottom of Old Town, such things to figure out what's true medicine. And the answer is scalpels, burning, and leeches. Is generally how it works. If it's bad, remove it in some way. and get people out of the miasma that caused the disease.
Well, good news is that double marriage happened, and Sir Ryman's still all right, so he can protect over everything along with Nima and
Yeah, we
Rosette.
didn't lose anyone critical, which was nice.
Every member of House Caladan is critical.
Oh, of course, yes, I do apologize.
Said, at least everyone important didn't die.
That's
Guys are like, oh, Bob was the best of us.
Like the garrison just sort of like looks over and like,
He
no.
adopted 6 infants.
He donated all of his pay to the Sept. Really?
The 7 did nothing.
He sang
And Dessem like starts laughing. The 7? Well, that was his first mistake.
And then like he gets another
the ones who
coughing
don't
fit.
like the 7.
Dessem is not overly happy, but
That's when the guards join the Lord.
100 guards. We wish to sign up.
we have brought all of our halberds, and they're like, yes. We
problem
have
is that-
seen your work, and we are happy.
We've been in the receiving end for far too long.
We've heard tales of these mythical halberds.
I mean, there's a reason that people generally, if they're plebs, and can use a bow, they will, because, with a bow, you're less likely to get killed. If you don't have armor. And send enough, like sharp piece of wood someone's way, and they're gonna get wounded.
Halberds are nasty. Athletics +3, and they're powerful. Jesus.
Well, I mean, if you have money for longbows, most people use like hunting bows instead.
All right, if you can buy the double curved bow.
Yeah, but you haven't seen anyone who has that.
The uncle guy that we fought last session, he used just a longbow.
Yeah.
Because he had piercing, right? I remember now. Okay. I don't have any specific questions or comments other than to say that, unlike with, say, prior historical, I didn't have an exact prediction for what would happen this session other than to say, oh, I mean, we're probably not making it back without a fight. It's the fucking bone away. We're fucking good.
Well, it'd be ominous if you did.
It would be. It would be a terrifying omen. Like, why are we... Like, nothing happened?
Come back and like 16 lawyers are standing there. Let's have the intrigue of our lives.
When was that fight going to happen? When can Dessem truly shine? Only by defeating the 16 lawyers of the 7 kingdoms can you proceed over this bridge. And he's like, my time is now.
Yeah. Whenever there's been someone intrigued, they have not been as focused as you. So you've wrecked them.
Yes, and you see, Jonas, like, the problem with the path that we're currently led down to is that if we're going to immediately muster up a force and attack, it's not like you can...
I know.
Who's that? I wish to engage you all in verbal fisticuffs.
I know. We're walking down the road.
Don't
where
betray
Dessem is
us,
not gonna
gods.
Be,
I mean-
is not. I mean, Dessem is not going to be very effective walking down the road we're currently walking.
I mean,
how
I
it is.
suppose the thing that our characters will end up doing then is fucking starting, like, the fabrication of, like, the case that is being made while the army is out active.
I guess. Yeah, like put together as a damning case as possible.
Which might very well be something that you want to think about, like, during the, like, while Dessem's, like, laying there, he's really thinking, like, how do I make this argument?
Also convincing
It was convince the Lord of the House.
to actually go with it as well.
Yeah. And probably at some point, once we really roll up and we need to do that, we at least Dessem and Bree is going to have probably a decently long talk over exactly what we're going to say.
This
and
is what
how
you're
and
going to
stuff.
say.
I gave explicit warning in the group chat about Bree's
Yeah, no,
limitations.
and I mean we have, but still, like, go over exactly what we're gonna present and how and stuff. And even if she's gonna start out by being a dick, she doesn't need to be all the way through. Hopefully,
Yeah, see, I am contractually obligated for at least the first round.
And then maybe if Dessem goes like, first, he can sort of soften the blow a little bit, being like, Lord Longthorn, how to explain? Well, you see,
My niece is very damaged by her. Girls just aren't meant to suffer like these tragedies, you know?
She's
It
like,
just
screw
left-
you, uncle.
fuck you, old man. And he's like,
I'll beat
well,
it up. I'll take it down.
If you do not hear my plea and respond appropriately, you will be shamed across the reach for your inaction and
Uncle has said that
indecisiveness.
he will kill you. Like he did
Longthorn,
his brother.
Longthorn, just takes it as a joke and starts
yeah,
laughing.
like hearty laugh, like, ho, 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 I like this girl.
Old man.
Oh,
Like the
He's
intimidate
very
completely
gallant.
fails. Yes.
Very pretty and very gallant.
that is
Although
how,
probably shouldn't mention the kinsley, just like his brother, like Ricketts.
just like he murdered his own brother, and everyone's like, what?
Cold shot in his bed.
He's been the power behind the throne for the past decade. My father thinks I am dead and he's a complete cripple.
Only the Lord, man.
Take on the
Believe
unworthy.
me.
To have so many mistresses.
Longthorn scratches it like, well, this is not how I
What?
expected this trial to go.
What's up with this girl?
It's when, Dessem just gives the signal to Alaric and just cuts her head off.
What's up with this?
Oh, I'll take the black.
See ya!
Brother.
Trial by combat. Trial by combat.
See, the problem with the problem with trying to cut the character's head off is that I win the burning destiny point, Jane.
Just keep burning.
I think it's yours. I think it's yours.
By rules, you can both only burn one in a round, so it just counts as an hit.
By rules, you can't kill me with one attack. I can take a wound.
That's true.
As Alaric hacks down at the 11-year-old girl. Die, die, die!
The 11-year-old.
Yeah, and his entire knightly reputation is gonna go to shit there as he's in the middle of trial in front of Leo Longthorn attacking an 11-year-old
And
girl.
then getting grappled by an 11-year-old girl, right?
She was very destined, wasn't she? Yes, that's quite.
It's like, wow, the honor and
Like rubbing
integrity.
his hands. Yes, perfect. Look at them.
Wait, how did you get here into this?
Look at what they're doing.
I have my ways. Yes.
House Peak and Houseville just nod solemnly at each other. House Selmy and House Ashford standing in the background.
Do you think the case is going to be presented next session, Manaki, or is it going to be a war session?
Well, you're going to attack. We're probably going to have some fighting. I don't know exactly. Could be. But I would guess the main part of it would be like that one after that.
Yeah.
That would then be very intrigue focused.
The intrigue focus would probably come after
After the war, fighting.
after our battles. Which means, Halldamir, the fate of House Caladan rests squarely upon your shoulders.
I hope you spent that 10 XP to
Bree
get
is,
another bonus die in your...
Bree's not gonna go and be a hero.
Don't worry.
Well, Bree would certainly like to go, and she would very much insist it. And she would like to start pulling the Rosette Wyronwood tier card. Like the two of them can stand together against the tyranny of men.
This feminism has to stop. It's one triple dorm. We invited feminism into House Caladan. I told you this was going to be
Slippery slope. Now soon we'll have horses at the council.
exactly.
It doesn't start us.
Yeah, certainly she is Dornish by heart, and she is not easily told to do anything she doesn't want to.
I'm also going to inform you, Jonas. If you start doing that with Rosetta around, Dan's is going to stand up against you as well.
As I've said before, Dessem is nothing if not pragmatic.
That's right. Dessem has all of his intrigue skills. Maybe I shouldn't say that one out loud. I'm not stupid.
I'm actually pretty cunning.
Yeah, to come to think of it, no, I can be impulsive from time to time, but really, it's my birthright.
birthright. Not too shoddy.
Stand up against the tyrannies.
I just did a test roll there for an intimidate, which I got 22. Not bad.
See what I can do back here.
It's not bad because I had 2-1. I rolled 2-1s, got 22.
They start having like an intimidate war, like between Ser cousin, like
Alaric.
like
I got one higher than you.
Maester Cole's like peaches for all of you.
But I technically
For
got one
this,
higher
I
than
will
you.
need my small glasses, I think.
That's right. That's right. He like flips his table in like frustration. I said you will lay down.
You let her walk away with... Oh, but
Citadel frowns upon using the leather straps for obtaining medical specimens, but it is not unheard of with criminals and the like that...
It's not unheard of with Briyenn.
There is one of the beds that have, like, straps to keep someone
I mean, just in case, right?
still, you know. Maybe whoever needs to be burned or whatever can be in there. So they can't thrash.
That's the bad bed. It has a smell of burnt flesh around it.
The worst thing is that it smells good.
No, it doesn't.
Like pork.
No.
I'm so glad that I didn't sustain like an injury or wound this session. Happy days.
Or I got both. And burned a point.
I'm glad my character is insignificant. Happy days. Not for the first time. I'm glad she is 11.
Yeah, war is going to happen, and then we're going to go to court. There's going to be a whole drama.
Hopefully
That's
when we start
when-
doing mass amounts of intrigue, you get caught.
So
You and I are back in place.
So that's why I figure, like, Jonas, Dark, I've started, like, doing, like, the mental lifting for, like, how we're gonna, like, swim through, like, the fucking political situation of this shit.
Something you consider since we're main intrigue characters.
Yeah.
So Reachlanders and Dornishmen have attacked Dornishmen through the Stormlands.
Lord Thorios is scratching his head. I don't even know where to begin with this. But...
So that's like 3 different liege lords that are involved, and Lord Karen, of course.
Martell's
And,
Baron.
and,
you
of
are a
course,
four-person jury.
and of course, the king has a personal stake in this because it's Dawn.
So one thing I was thinking of, if we can deliver that message to Lord Karen and tell him of the assault that happened, and like basically said that we were assaulted by not only Dornishmen but actually like Dornish hedge knights, like a real force actually assaulted us.
Anointed.
He won't go to war for it, but it will prepare him for what we're going to tell him next.
I actually like that as a better idea. Like, this opportunity exists here for us to get into good graces of Lord Karen, whom has just been named as like someone who's going to look upon the situation and go, "The fuck just happened?"
And if we have already delivered an important message, and you know, he will be like, "Yes, House Caladan, I like those guys. They wouldn't do anything weird. Like, they have good reasons."
Like,
And
they
he
were attacked, like, to describe the messenger to the fullest and, like, tried to save him. You know, he fought on our side.
Yep, valiantly against the fiendish Dornish like knights that attacked us.
Yes, the hedge knights.
And yeah, I'm like basically preparing Karen to be on our side in the coming court case.
This is an opportunity then to, like, yes, brownie points with him. Woohoo!
Yep.
It's like maybe that could have possibly been like one of the reasons he was put there. Who can say what God intended? So that might be him. There's also all of the other liege lords.
The
Well,
Liege Lord for the Stormlands, I know that's just no, can't do much
I mean,
there.
Aryan Baratheon, known for his proneness to anger.
Mm-hmm.
we have of course the Longthorn, who we might be able to get some good favor out of because it's sponsored.
Gallant and much beloved.
I mean, we can like just talk up the nefariousness of everything, and he will certainly be outraged.
Most of knightly valor.
Especially if frail Bree steps up and is like, "Oh my lord," and then like threatens him
He's
for the
scarred
first round, of
beyond
course.
Hey. Like, okay. If the problem is that you want my character to tell the truth. If it was lying, I wouldn't have to intimidate anyone. The problem is that what she's saying is true.
Yeah, but that's also but her intimidation just lends force to what she's saying. She's so upset. She's so scarred by the truth of the thing that she
If
can't
you do
think.
not do anything, my lord, all the other girls will look like me.
And then she like
Think of that.
removes the veil, and everyone's like, "Oh my goodness!"
You know, I briefly considered how I would like auto-win an intrigue in that situation, like burning a destiny point, basically just like hit him where it hurts. The women, like sort of like, no, it cannot be.
And
By the seven.
they have made a monster.
But
And then we
he takes
take in different guards who can testify. I saw her with those gnarly hands reach out, my lord.
But then he takes it one step too far. How could your father not have acted on this sooner? And then she says, he thinks I'm dead.
Wait, what? Who?
Shh. Why are you doing so many strange gestures,
you
Uncle?
got who you say you are. Well,
Yes. My father has disowned me. He thinks I am dead.
did I guess?
Is there something wrong with him? Yes.
He's completely
recognize
incapable. And we're like, well, that's it. Pack it up. Yes.
So your uncle has been ruling in his stead while lying about his
Yes, he is an arrogant, manipulative, power-hungry megalomaniac.
Well, that is true.
Has he potentially asked you?
I mean, yes, that is true. But who isn't? Like, I mean, these days.
I am not lying on his behalf. If I was lying on his behalf, why would I be saying these things about him? Oh, gosh, I mean... I love Dessem saying, "Oh yes," but I mean, who isn't? She's just like compliment free. Thank you.
If that's a crime,
nice
then I'm guilty.
Nice of you, dear niece. Yes, you are quite horrible as well.
We are one strange family.
And then Logthor like scratches his head like this fucking house. I don't know what's going on.
I mean, we stewarded them
I have
once.
chosen to relinquish my lordship of you to Lord Arian Baratheon.
He can
Seem to be the
have
best.
you. Yeah, he can take that.
I'm like, so what's the problem?
As a matter of fact,
Breaks
like,
some heads.
as a matter of fact, Lord Arian is here right now. I invited him here as a special. Oh,
Who brought me all the way down here? Stupid bullshit you can't figure out.
fucking reach!
I'm not gonna go here before I break some skulls. Damn it.
He'd be easier to reason with.
Maybe he can get into like a topless wrestling match with Alaric or
He
something.
is known well as a man that is terrifying and just... If you're skillful, you can point him in the right direction.
Well,
Right.
Now,
Like a train.
would Dessem know how the Lord Arian Baratheon feels about Dorne? Like the public stands?
They're wuzzes. Get her shit.
There you go.
Sounds like
can
him
work
and
with this.
Alaric could
The
get
king
along
has
well.
told him to relax and chill out, so...
Be chill, man.
By King's decree, I'll technically leave the Dornish alone, but I mean, if you have good
The
reason...
Longthorn has been off hanging out with the sort of the two lions for most of this time in Lannisport.
So yeah, that would be my suggestions, like, in figuring out, for you folks who actually engage in social interaction, like, how we're going to navigate the waters, and that would apply to Halldamir as well, because even if you're not intrigue-focused directly, like, after this battling is over, you're the anointed character who has a very certain sponsor who's kind of connected here, and so I'm pretty sure that Longthorn is the most interested in your character.
He's related to my sponsor, but it's whether my sponsor can put enough strings on that.
Right, it was basically like, what does Longthorn care about that we know? You know, then we think about who best fits that bill.
He cares about his tournaments and winning.
And Sir Cousin is a winner, Halldamir.
It's true.
Come
He
home,
also
winner.
loves knights and gallantry and
Yes.
Yeah.
Like,
And
like
these Dornish hedge knights tried to kill Hugo. I mean,
what dishonor.
he's like, good lord,
yeah.
Not Hugo!
I love him. Huh.
You love
Not
you
you,
like
I
burn a
don't know who
destiny
you are.
point. Burn a destiny point. He's like, not Hugo.
Like he has one best destiny point burn against him from Bree, where he broke down into tears and sobbing, and then like, we're not one
Just
from
looks
Hugo.
to the king is like, we need to go to war.
House Will's like
new name. His no name. Hugo's Knight.
House Will's primary characters and House Peak's primary characters like gathered together. So how many destiny points do you have?
So who's younger?
Because they're putting on a show right now, and it's quite convincing. I gotta say.
Guys, great. This is the reason why noble families have so many kids.
Yeah.
That's right. We need to go to court quickly, all the kids.
Yeah, the wreathed in flames gets a new meaning when you burn destiny.
Ha ha!
Wow.
Ugh.
Didn't really think of it like that. But yeah, of course, I imagine the Braavosi assassin's going to be as terrifying as always. Don't know how much of a leader she is. I
Battlefield. Well, there is characters acting individually.
right, characters acting individually, like
Acting
attached
with units attached,
to units,
Nima
and
could be a hero if she wants to be.
Bree.
running around.
Bree's 11, so ultimately nothing is her fault.
Yeah. I can cope with 3 people being heroes. But I'd prefer to have a couple like sub-commanders if possible.
Don't worry. I'll come along. Yeah.
Bree as a sub-commander? Oh.
Sub-Commander Bree.
Does she have more than 2 warfare? Or...
No.
No one has more than 2 warfare other than you.
God fucking damn.
There hasn't really been war. So
Like,
True.
my character, her entire life has been like either of peace or of personal torment. So I don't think she would have learned warfare.
Like, Alaric's only knowledge of warfare is like the teeny skirmishes that happened like over a decade ago. He's a bit rusty.
But surely whoever the enemy is probably doesn't have much either, right? So.
It's true. It's true.
They've also been resting on their laurels, and I mean, they're right in the middle of the fucking road and the king's peace and everything. So.
And they're the
Organizing
assholes that are
standards.
going out
Probably
raiding.
milk run.
Also, gonna want to organize our grand fete, our celebration to commemorate officially the marriage between Caladan and Wyronwood.
Mm-hmm.
We'll host a tourney when we have.
Who's
all
going
of
to
the
be
money.
invited?
Everyone except those
No.
fuckers.
Everyone except the people that don't like us. So only a few people.
But even those can be invited just to rub their noses in it a bit.
Maybe.
I wouldn't want to invite them.
But
They
would
show
you
up.
really want Gormy to show up?
No.
No one from House Peak and no one from House Ashford.
Absolutely not, yes. Because they can suck
See
it.
that you chose to marry the woman off to a not even a household knight at the time, rather than one of his sons.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, he probably wouldn't
suck,
show up. Probably.
suck it, Trant. You know? Suck it long and suck it hard.
Also, we haven't authored a pinned an official reply to House Trant. They said that they wanted to be informed within 3 moons because they had other marriage opportunities they want to pursue. It's been 2.
We got
So-
a pen and response and say thank you, but no thanks. In the most courteous way possible.
Calling the Peaseberries to see if they are better.
Yes, you should.
Insult.
They have the gremlins. You can marry your sons to the gremlins, and that'll be something. Good luck with that.
You can tell them apart.
Mm.
Yeah, but those two are used as sort of the criminals are generally used to formulate insults of different types. So it's not pretty. Well,
That's the other thing. No questions or comments from me. I'll stew over something to do with my unbroken body. I don't know. Not a whole lot my character can do, right?
With me and me and Dessem locked in the same room. Sorry, Alex, excuse the long one. We need to plot.
Just plug your ears. Maester Cole's like sitting there, this isn't relaxing. Both of them look at, I mean, I guess, like...
Alaric
you're
might just
technic-
give up, go to his own room.
Would you rather I go over to the council room next door?
I don't think you should move at all. Like, your body is fucked.
Drink this medicine. Then you'll black out.
Yeah.
It certainly is very much. When you're in his care, you're helpless. Because he keeps you exactly in the state of mind that he wants you to be in.
That is
That's
horrifying.
that's
That's
not
terrifying.
I was about to say, good thing he's on your guys' side,
Yeah,
right?
holy shit.
He
That
is a master of
terrifying.
those things. So,
Well,
like,
that's Alaric not
if
being
he
under his
doesn't
care.
want you to walk, then your legs will probably be unable to carry you.
Or you can refuse his treatment and
Yeah, you
figure it
certainly
out.
can, and then not go in there in the first place and just die from horrible wounds.
I have
Or
every
tank it like
confidence
Hugo.
have every confidence in Maester Cole.
I'm sorry, I cannot with 3 dice and two wounds tank these injuries.
Right.
It's when you're in his care,
Like
you're
it.
in his care, and that's what you're doing.
Yeah.
And he will not let you. Well, he certainly will not. For somehow you will not really be able to not be in his care until you feel better.
I'm good. Screw you, Cole.
I mean, it mainly means then for me and Jonas who are on death's door, we need to wait until we get rid of at least one of these in a week's time.
Yeah.
We're doing a lot because, like, no.
I'm writing letters and having letters sent, and there's maybe things being built in
The first couple of days are most like a haze of like blackouts, and then you're being fed soup, and then you're sleeping, and then
Like, I like to pretty much like Sarah cousin tries us for a few days. He just like wakes up like, no,
Yeah.
no.
He's like, no, I'm not doing this anymore.
Like Maester
Gets
Cole
up,
tries
check
to
it.
He like stumbles to his room and then like takes a nap, feels so much better because he's not drugged up.
And then he
like,
and then he wakes up in Cole's room again when he takes the nap.
Yeah.
How did I get here?
How did they
you move?
carry me?
I had Hugo carry you. I was very worried.
I fucking knew it, Hugo. I should have let you die.
He listens to me, you know. Gives you that smile, like.
Wait a second.
this link in my chain is horse whisperer.
He has said some
Did you
things
know it's-
about you.
I was young once too. I tried to be a doctor.
I didn't always want to become a doctor.
I once wanted to be a vet. Did you know that?
I thought about maybe how we could have like handled the session better as a group, and I don't see any reasonable way other than through sheer paranoia. We could have been like, I thought about like having like Bree like haunt these guards as they were like loading the wagons, and I'm like, no, she literally does not fucking care.
No, there was no reason to be suspicious against those guards. There was like,
Yeah, no. It's...
Well,
Unless
well-
we were mega suspicious. Ah,
Well, I mean, you guys had plenty of suspicions that there's a map. There's like guards. There's like this portrait dude who's not a guard. He like has like a letter and he's a bard.
I mean, at some point, it's like that dude has a portrait. Yeah.
Just begin finding portraits of everyone, giving everyone a name.
Mhm.
He's really just a guard.
Bob the Garner.
That's how like the initial paranoia. I'm like, ah.
Yeah, all in all, it was a successful session, but boy, that was rough.
Painful.
No one has died yet.
Despite your best efforts, I
that
note.
ominous.
But,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say, no one's died yet, but me and Dessem are on death's
That
door.
wasn't even like ominous. He said that with like a pep in his step.
I
like,
know.
"No one's died yet, huh?"
yeah, then he took
He's like
five nights.
No
and
one's even
20
had to burn a
dots.
destiny point to not die yet.
It's
So.
true.
I mean, arguably, I believe.
Yeah, Laenys kind of did.
Laenys,
I'm just saying, if he was on his horse still, he probably would have been able to hit me in one hit and just take me down.
Yeah,
That's
I think that saved your life, honestly.
Yeah, that was kind of my thought. Like, I was thinking, like, okay, either I use this now to try and help the combat more, or I just avoid death. And I took the risk of, okay, maybe I can help the combat more by getting rid of the horse and not dying all at once.
I'm so glad I'm unimportant. It's great.
Because I can't stand up to a cavalry charge to the face.
Dessem did.
People can.
Not in my light armor.
Dessem did, damn it. Armed with only a cane and a bird, he withstood that cavalry charge.
And he's fucking like, I have leather armor.
Because the thing was, like, I had my lighter armor on because, like, I'm not going to travel through the desert in my breastplate. That's really hard.
I imagine it that anyone close maybe saw Dessem acting suddenly much more like agile than you normally see him, like dodging mostly out of the way from that thing.
It's like, okay, drop the act. I need to actually move.
Yeah, exactly.
There was the few guards. There's, of course, like the ranger back there. If I imagine that Sarah Cousin was too busy fussing with Hugo, ready to fucking wreck some shit, Bree was like a few fucking feet away. Mm.
Oh.
And
Alaric's trying to mount a horse with a tower shield and a greatsword. Like,
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I thought it was dead, but didn't. So that's good. Now we have war, so let's survive.
I mean, basically, you're not dead until you run out of destiny points.
And I don't have that many. Yeah, we have a war to survive, and once we've done that, we need to survive the court afterwards.
Yes, the repercussions of fighting.
Yep.
yeah.
Yep. It's going to be more dangerous than the fighting, the repercussions of it.
Well,
I don't know. Losing battles and like a war generally is a terrible thing.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like,
I mean, like worst outcome is like the battles are lost, so we get nothing from that and have lost like the entire power investments plus the wealth, and then you lose the court intrigue, so we don't even have much in the way of a defense other than garrison.
Now, if we lose that court, that's gonna be.
It's the court that we really need to.
I imagine that'd be like some sort of like scandal event or whatever if we fucking flub that one up.
But I mean, I believe I remember Manaki saying that that the next, like, this story arc is dealing with House Will in some way. So after we've dealt with them, it's like maybe we'll have our destiny points for the repercussions.
I mean, dealing with House Will means also the court scene.
I can't even think that far ahead, you know.
No, it does, because dealing with House Will means getting them turned over to.
The current issue is basically what needs to be dealt with, and I think that's pretty clear to everyone. What sort of thing that would be?
Bree accepts this house's current goal.
I imagine she would, yeah.
She's actually on our side.
Well, she's on the side of the house. She realizes that she needs the house in order to achieve things.
Without that, you're basically no one.
Yes, Bree's not stupid either. She recognizes these things.
These guards, that's what gives this house power.
Like, those halberds there, all that's separating me from shit.
And now we see why, because they hurt.
Yes.
Like they're like girls Bree's age down in the village where they just like fucking work all day. 16 hours of work, just yeah.
I mean, those guards with those halberds weren't even as bad as the Red Adder, because he did so much more damage.
Well, yeah, he also had a halberd.
I know, that was so scary. And he had
halberd.
wounds and everything.
Yeah, he had armor, serious business armor.
He was a guy who mattered a little bit, as it turns out.
And as it turns out, he's just been released into the ether.
And now being hurried into Dornish.
Yes, he will never have an axe to grind and will not like go overseas and like try to plot like to reclaim his everything. No.
You mean he's going to become Daenerys Targaryen? What?
No, I mean like one of the bastards is like, yeah, throw in your support and you know, we'll have to fucking worry about like this whole House Will thing. Like, you
I
have
think
your home back.
I think him joining with Blackfire certainly.
Or doing whatever. I don't know.
If he gets there, hopefully he won't.
He was a named character who could take injuries and wounds.
He can do anything. Will he get his destiny points back?
Well,
He started about dealing with you.
As far as we know, he didn't have any, but who can say? Maybe he knew that we would spare his life somehow, because reasons. So we did not spend them, and he spent them to escape from prison. I don't know. Yes.
NPC use of destiny points are a bit more limited than players. Saying, you want to send him to the wall now is a bit more harder to justify for player characters than for a lot of other characters. And Alaric suddenly knocks him out and says, he's going to the wall now. We're going to capture him though. No. The
He's
wall.
going to the wall.
In the way.
And if anyone argues with me, you'll have my sword.
He
You
just
better burn
finds
this
a
before to
roaming
stop
road.
it.
Like, Dessem's like, fucking excuse me? You're not the lord of this house. Oh, you mother.
The sword of this house.
I'm the giant ass fucking sword, I am.
I'll talk to the Lord about that when I get back home.
Yeah. Sure, he'll agree.
I'll be disconnecting the server and saving it.
Yep. I think definitely that is the end of everything. Thank you for watching, people on the stream. We will see you. We'll see you next week. Also, if you haven't already watched, we also do a Pathfinder game on Fridays now. So hang around Fridays, same starting time as today on Fridays, and that's Sheep doing the DMing for that, and we're playing Iron Gods. So
Less intrigue. This game,
less intrigue, more.
yeah, this game has serious shit happening every fucking moment.
Iron Gods is more of a light-hearted adventure romp, at least so far. We only had one session, so who knows.
Lighthearted adventure, we're fucked.
We fought gremlins and
Spumblers! They might not have
Blinding
watched
thing.
it. Spumblers.
it was light, a lot of light, and then there wasn't so much light for some people.
And next session, I suppose, based on how we've constructed things, prepare to see mass combat in action, I reckon. Something that we have never seen in action.
Ever.
And warfare
With,
roles that has
yes.
never been seen before.
With Ser cousin, Ser Alaric, fucking leading the charge on Hugo, with some
Hugo the
patchwork
badass
barding. Yes. They'll all shoot at the horse. Just shoot the fuck out.
Yeah. He just takes the spare armor from the barracks and just basically
Or-
duct tapes it onto
Or basically,
Hugo.
you took all of the barding from the Dornish knights we killed, and you just fucking
there
start
we go.
putting that. Yes, lots of warfare and combat, and the fate of so much will hang in the balance.
And then probably a lot of crying. I'm expecting crying.
I mean, you have no more destiny points to wiggle around, right, Halldamir? You put them both on
Yeah.
Hugo?
The thing with Hugo is he's an expensive horse.
I'm not saying you
like,
should or shouldn't have done that.
Justify how I would get another horse like Hugo.
But you did burn but you did spend your last. So personally, I wouldn't have done that, but because you need at least one always for that. Oh shit! Everything went to hell.
I know.
Which I basically had that moment today.
Well, I mean, it won't happen again. I mean, how many more halberds out there?
Fucking halberds, yeah.
Look at your 100.
God damn it.
All right. Look forward to that. Woo! Victory, or our house is ruined.
But yeah, I'm going to end the recording here. So, thanks for watching, everybody. Goodbye.